Hey guys, it's Jen and I'm here with another layout for Hip Kit Club. Today I am using a cut file. This is one of the subscriber cut files. I still have it on my mat. It's a wreath and it did a little bit of messing up right here, but that's okay because I feel like I could cover that up if I need to. And I'm also supposed to use the mixed media kit. Now, the only thing that I have from the mixed media kit is the stencil. And so I thought it would be fun to give this a little texture using the stencil. So I know that this is already kind of an intricate die cut, but I'm just going to see how this works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll try something else. So let's go ahead and get started.
So I'm starting out with some Lindy Stamp Gang magical shakers, which we didn't get in the color kit this month, but it's something similar and we're actually getting some of these next month. So I started by trying to fill in that stencil, but it just wasn't working. So I decided to just color in the cut file, and it's hard to see because the cut file is still on the background, but I'm just using the color from the magical shakers, and then I also pull out some of my distress oxides, and right now I'm using mowed lawn to color some of the leaves, and I'm going to also pull out a yellow and seedless preserves, which I know seedless preserves was in a past color kit. And I'm just going to color in some of these flowers. So there's the seedless preserves. I'm adding a little bit to the bottom of that bottom flower, and then I'm adding it to a few of these other flowers. Now, I didn't do anything to this cardstock to prep it. I'm just coloring on top of it, and the distress oxides are awesome. They just move so easily, and I love working with them. So I colored the bird blue and then some of the little berries as well. And then I'm getting a little bit of this yellow color here. I think I'm using mustard seed. I think either mustard seed or squeezed lemonade was in a past color kit. So you can kind of see the colors of it here. I'm going to let it dry, and while it's drying, I cut up my photos. And here you can see it done. Now, it's hard to tell, but the pink areas are really shimmery and pretty. But it looks really nice when it's dried. So I love the way that this turned out, and I thought about just leaving it like this, but then I thought, how can I use this rainbow pattern paper that came in the kit? And I'm thinking I could either use the inside of it, or I could use the outside of it, cut the cut file again, and just kind of piece it together. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I'm still trying to decide, but I go and take it over to my silhouette, and I cut it out. And here you can see I'm pulling out that inner piece, and I'm going to use that to go, you can see I'm just kind of like piecing it together there. At this point in time, I'm not sure if I want to use that one or if I want to use the outer one, so I'm going to try both. And I think it would have looked really cool either way, actually. And I end up going with the colorful part on the inside, but I'm saving the outside because I may use it for another layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'm putting some liquid glue. What I'm going to do is just put a little line of liquid glue all the way around the outside of this, because I know that there are lines on that wreath that will go right into where I'm placing all of this adhesive. And so I wanted the outer edges to be able to still stick up, so I'm only placing glue on that inner edge. And now I'm just kind of piecing it back together. You could probably just like fussy cut the center of this out, but this was just much easier. So now I've got the word Easter spelled out with these Hip Kit exclusive alphabets that were in the April kit, and I'm going to place that on my photo because I have the white of the sky in above. It makes those letters stand out. If I would have done my rainbow paper the other way around, the inside of the wreath would have been white, so I could have moved the letters up a little bit, but this ends up working just fine. So I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive on the back of the letters, and I'm trying to concentrate it on the white parts of the letter. They're printed in some areas, and so I'm just trying to concentrate it there. I really like the way the word adventure looks here, and it matches perfectly, but I'm trying to figure out what my title could be. So we did an Easter egg hunt a week early, and so I wanted to call this Early Easter And then I thought maybe I could do Early Easter Adventure. And so I'm not exactly sure what I want to use to spell the word early. You may have seen I brought in some Heidi Swap thickers from last month's kit, but I didn't love that. And so I'm just using a black brush pen and some vellum, and I'm writing out the words. And I just write it a few different times to kind of get it to where I kind of like the way it looks. And I do this, I haven't done this in a little while, but I used to do it fairly often. And it makes it look like it's a die cut when you just use black on vellum or even on white cardstock. So I'm actually going to try both. So I'm just fussy cutting around the vellum here, around the word, and I'm going to see how that looks. And it looks pretty good, but I'm wondering if the white will be better to pop against that background. And so I'm going to also try the white. I wasn't super happy with the first way that I wrote it, so I wrote it again, and I'm just kind of fixing a little bit of the edges, and I'm going to cut that one out now, and then I'll compare them and see which one that I like better. So I definitely suggest for you to try this. It doesn't have to be fancy. I often use just a Sharpie and a cursive word, and it works really, really great. So just your handwriting is totally perfect. And if you cut it out like that, it just really makes it look like it's a die cut. So I also cut out the word Anne. So it's Anne Early Easter. And then I end up adding the word adventure back to the bottom because I kind of liked that. So that's going to be my title. I'm going to go ahead and add a few things around the wreath. So I'm adding some chipboard flowers from the Paige Evans Horizon collection that came in the main kit. I think they came in the main kit. And then just placing them around. I also added a bee from the the Dear Lizzie stickers that came in the embellishment add-on. And I'm looking to see what else I might want to include. I do end up adding a few of those Chamel glitter enamel dots, and you'll see that here in a little bit. This is a die cut from the Horizon die cut pack, and it says loving this. And then I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back of my letters. I've really been loving this Nuvo glue. It works really great. I've never had it clog on me, and it does have a pretty fine tip for application. Not quite as fine as my fine line bottle, which I still use, but it's pretty fine. So I'm adding in a little bit of this darker green around, and adding it into the floral wreath just with a few leaves here and there. And I just wanted to give it a little bit more, I don't know, like width or presence. I just felt like it could use a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing, is just adding in some leaves. And again, like I mentioned, the bee, and I added a dragonfly. And actually, after I photographed the layout, I went in and added a green moth at the top left, kind of where those green leaves are. And I just felt like I needed one more little flying bug. So I'm taking the leftover of that powder mixture that I made before, and I'm just flicking it around. And that pretty much completes my layout. I still need to do my journaling. So I found this journaling spot. This was in the Horizon die cut pack, and I'm just writing my journaling on it. I love that it looks like a flower. It's going to fill in that little space at the top right of the photo and almost feel like it's part of the wreath, and that one ends up working perfectly. So I will stamp my date down below the word adventure, and that is going to complete this layout. So hopefully you have enjoyed this process. Be sure to check out the Hip Kit Club. I'll leave links in the video description to where you can find all of these awesome products, and be sure to check out their Facebook group as well. There's tons of inspiration all the time over there. And don't forget to check out the Hip Kit YouTube channel, because I and other people in the design team have process videos up there all the time. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you here again soon. Here are a couple other videos that you might enjoy from Hip Kit Club that I have created. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.